Hey guys, I'm SD Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. Really blue sky idea here I was thinking about yesterday with respect to Planet Coaster 2, and I was watching the D23 announcement event, like Disney's live stream they'll do they basically have that show where they tell you about ideas that they have, things that are coming, things that they're just kind of pondering on. And when I saw that Chevrolet was going to sponsor kind of like a test track revamp in Epcot. They've done this a couple times. This is going to be a pretty interesting revamp. It looks like they're almost going to go sort of like a trackless type of experience almost. But nonetheless, I was thinking, as far as a management standpoint goes, and remember how a lot of people will say that the Frontier games, as far as the creative side goes, they're wonderful, but the management side, it can sometimes be a little lacking. Let me tell you that, guys, this little concept I had, and I've actually even seen some of you guys mention it over the years, but thought I would say it here as well, if you've ever had this idea. But Planet Coaster 2, what if we could design our own ride types? I think that could be a really fun concept. Design our own ride vehicles, design our own ride systems. And as far as the management side goes, there are you could do certain patents off of ride systems that you design. And if you're playing in campaign mode or something, you might get into different kind of, contractual obligations, paperwork, okay, maybe that, Chevrolet, well, of course, it wouldn't be Chevrolet in Planet Coaster probably, but whatever that car model company is, a part of the management side of it could be that you have to negotiate with these companies to sponsor rides for you. And it might be you have to reach a certain goal before these larger companies will want to work with you. And then once they do work with you, there could be parts of it that are like exclusivity clauses where you can only use that company for 4 years in game time. I just think that could be a really, really fun spin-off. It's almost too, you could do it to where, okay, you create this certain type of trackless ride, or you create a really fun type of mine train coaster. Maybe you come up with some kind of idea like they're doing with Donkey Kong in Epic Universe in Orlando, and you basically have to go to these companies and you have to pitch the ideas to these in-game companies that Frontier creates, and you really have to show them either through prototypes or through guest surveys that you want to do this maybe on a larger attraction scale. And I think that would be a really cool way to kind of morph the creative side of the game with the management side. And then, of course, too, like I said, you have to decide, is this going to be a 2, 4? Is this going to be a 10-year contract that you're locked into? And when you do that in game, you have to, you basically have to promise to operate that ride for 10 years. So no matter if it's losing you money, or if it's making you a lot of money, you have to promise to operate that ride for this company and advertise it for a certain amount of years. And then, of course, if it's doing really bad at the end of your contract cycle, you can let the contract lapse and not renew it. Or you have the problem of, if it does really, really well, the company wanting to maybe not spend as much money, not give you as much, but want to keep it going. And you have the problem of, maybe if you do renew it for another 4 years, at the end of that, the ride may be older, it might not be as attractive. So it's a really I think Frontier could do a really interesting juggling act with aspects of ride design, letting us create the ride, promote it to companies, and then try to secure those contracts for funding, a lot of stuff like that. And they could even throw in different little caveats okay, you are you've decided to enter into this contract with Ford, and you're doing this really really cool interactive car dark ride, but then Ford, or AKA whatever company the game uses, goes bankrupt in the middle of the contract, and they can't fund it. The funding stops to you. So how are you going to pivot? You've got this really expensive ride you're in the middle of creating, and then all of a sudden, you get a pop-up. Things are not on the up and up at Ford. The funding has to be pulled for this ride. They're going into bankruptcy. The court is shutting down everything but, essential worker pay and stuff like that. So don't you guys think that could be like an interesting management twist to Planet Coaster 2? If we ever get that? Or, like I said, the creative side of it, they give you all these different type of these different creative tools that you have to go in and design a ride vehicle for. Like, what if, how like Dinosaur and Indiana Jones, like they essentially share that same ride design. What if you had like a 4x4 Jeep ride, but that was also like on like on pistons, like a trackless ride, and you make like you pitch like a Temple of Doom type of ride layout, and you have to get these companies to get on board with it, or like hype them up and get them excited about it. So anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts on different type of management scenarios that could be that could kind of be entered in to the foray here, and see what you guys think about that, those type of ideas to kind of bump up that management, kind of raise the stakes on a Planet Coaster 2 management side of things, campaign story side of things. And I don't know, I just thought I was watching that yesterday, and I thought, man, that would be kind of cool if you could design your own trains, your own rides in Planet Coaster 2. But yeah, just let me know what you think. Anyways, I'm Stan Wolf. Just quick idea I wanted to throw out there to you guys. Thank you for stopping by real quick and hanging out with me. And I'll catch you in the next video.